been a hell of a journey for sure. When I was like 14, 15, like selling sort of replica Beats headphones on eBay, just to try and get like a bit of money in.
What has been your best month to date in terms of revenue?
My best month was actually last month in November. We closed around 11 grand in sales, considering the month before that was around, I think, 5k in sales. That nurturing content just escalated in November. Best thing about this business model, it's like 90% net profit. Big goal for next year, to be honest, probably travel more, see more of the world. That's my personal goal. Hopefully scale a new brand to 100k a month, consulting to hopefully 40k a month. But for me, it's mainly about traveling, enjoying myself. And I think that's the whole point of it, so we can enjoy our lives, because what you're not changing, you're choosing. And it's that simple. If you're not getting results, something needs to change and you need to try a different avenue, try a different route. And this has been the best route for me by far.
Okay, perfect. Thanks very much for doing this, Abe, man. Really appreciate it. How are you?
All good, all good. Thanks, still. Appreciate you having me on. How you doing? You okay?
Yeah, not too bad. We were just chatting there. I think we're both getting ready for Christmas. It's been a long
Yes,
year, but a good year, as we're going to get into, a fruitful year for us both. So,
sure.
yeah, look, I like to usually just start these interviews off. Tell us a little bit about your journey in entrepreneurship and, up until the point we met, and then we'll get into the hybrid funnel.
Yeah, of course. So it's been a hell of a journey for sure. First started my entrepreneurial journey probably around 4 years ago. So for those of you that don't know, I am an Amazon seller. I create my own brands, my own private label brands on Amazon. First started my first medical-based brand 4 years ago. I was like 19 at the time, sort of post-COVID. And yeah, launched that brand, ended up doing really well. Sort of invested further in my education, different mentors. Ended up scaling that brand to multiple six figures in sales. And earlier on this year, I eventually exited that brand to a private investor in India. So that was really exciting. Now scaling one recovery brand and a new supplement brand, which is launching in a few months' time. So it's all a bit hands on deck at the minute. But yeah, a little bit about me, sort of general e-commerce, TikTok, Amazon, Shopify, and yeah, and now coaching, consulting online.
Yeah, cool. No, as we were chatting back when we first started working, Amazon was actually my first online business.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
so it's really interesting. I like Amazon is it's a beast. And I really like I love the business model, hence why it was one of my first businesses. I started a supplement brand, gummies.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it took me about 3 months to get them from China. So all the SEO and the competitor and all that good stuff, they kind of beat me to it. But it's a great business model, and it's sounds like it's been a hell of a journey right up until exit for you.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure, for sure.
what were you doing when you started your first, I guess, store? Were you working part time, or what was your personal
So
circumstances looking like?
I did my apprenticeship recruitment, worked in recruitment for about a year. Didn't enjoy it at all. Wasn't for me at the time. I went into carpentry, so I was a fully trained kitchen fitter. Did that for a few years. So when I launched my first brand, at the time, yeah, I was just doing sort of chippies labouring, carpentry labouring, and then became a fully qualified carpenter. And then yeah, it just sort of escalated from there essentially. But I was in the trade, so you can imagine as long days, long nights, sort of
Yeah,
balancing
yeah.
brand and also working like a 9 to 5. So either way, it was a good journey. I'm glad like everyone sort of goes through it at that initial stages, putting in the work and essentially, putting that hustle in to escape the 9 to 5 essentially.
100%. I think when I first started my agency, I was working my 9 to 5, and I had like depending on traffic, a 60 to 90 minute commute each way. So I was literally up at 6 and I wasn't home till like 8. And I did about 3 months and I was like, this is I don't want to do this. Like I'm gonna do
Yeah,
whatever I can to replace my
yeah,
income.
100%.
And yeah, yeah, I feel what was it that attracted you to entrepreneurship? Was it working for yourself? Was it the location freedom, the financial freedom? What were the main kind of things that appealed to you?
Probably like a mixture of all of it, to be honest. I feel like you either sort of have that mindset and that drive, or you don't. Like, there's normally quite a clear cut in personalities for people who sort of go down that route or choose not to. Even when I was like 14, 15, like selling sort of replica Beats headphones on eBay, just to try and get like a bit of money in. So yeah, probably a mixture of all of it. The financial side of things obviously great, but over time that probably becomes less important. You start focusing on the
Yeah,
freedom side of things and just little
totally.
things, being able to go to a gym when you want, not working for anyone else and essentially just setting the hours. Yeah, that's the most important thing for me is the freedom for sure. But yeah, a mixture of all things. When you're 19, obviously a lot of the time all you can think about is the money, money, money. But as you
Yeah.
grow, I'm 25 now, so yeah, like different things are more important, like freedom and traveling and stuff like that.
I hope you're enjoying this student interview so far, and if these results have got you pumped to scale your own agency, I've got something very special for you. Below this video, you'll see a link where you can book a call for my one-to-one mentorship program. Inside, I'm guaranteeing you your first 5 clients on your agency journey. I can do this because I've crafted systems and strategies that I know work after coaching hundreds of other agency owners in your position to 10, 20, and even 30K per month. I only coach 10 people per month as it's all one-to-one and super custom, so if this sounds of interest, click the link below and book a call. Now back to the interview. 100%. I completely agree, because at the end of the day, money is just a number, no matter how much money you make. Obviously, it
Yeah,
takes things off your plate like stress or hassle if you don't have to worry about bills and things like that.
yeah,
But it's not seeing that number in your bank account isn't fulfilling. It's just a number at the end of the day. It's kind of what
100%.
comes with that, as you say, the freedom, working for yourself, even things like as you get into entrepreneurship and you're in it for a few years, things like going to the gym whenever you want or being on your own schedule, you absolutely take for granted. I know I take them things for
Yeah,
granted
yeah,
every single day, and because my girlfriend is constantly like, you don't know how lucky you are being able to do that when you have a boss standing over you
yeah.
telling you what to do, where to go, where to be. It's
It's true.
horrible. It really is. So the freedom is massive. It's massive, and it's almost something you take for granted. So okay, so now let's get into growing the online business, the coaching and consulting. And you know up until before we met,
Yep.
what did that look like, and what were you doing for lead gen up until that point?
Yeah, yeah, like even like a general marketing ROAS, like across any business, like 4 ROAS is nuts. No matter what you sort of do, whether it's consulting, Amazon, like Shopify ads, whatever it might be. Yeah, four
Yeah.
hour, especially at the start. Like, I mean, God, yeah, can't complain with that at all. 4 hours is very very strong.
But the beauty of the model is, over time, because you're putting out more content and you're getting better at content, you have more confidence, you have more conviction, you have more authority, you're putting out case studies, you're getting better at coaching, you're optimizing your offer, you're getting better at sales. So if you're getting 4x in month one, like over time, this is going to get better and better and better, and your cost per acquisition is going to go lower. So it speaks to how powerful the model is. And then it's just a case of having the systems to onboard enough clients if you're going to scale up that ad spend. And we've spoken about that a little bit in terms of duplicating ads, or maybe running different funnels, spreading the ad spend, blending the ad spend. So that's when it gets really, really exciting, I think. And I think, well, like if you just ran a direct response funnel, which is like a VSL funnel, or an ad to a call book or a Calendly book,
Yeah,
there's no way you're getting that kind of ROAS on day one.
no,
And you
no,
have to be, the
100%.
calls are so much tougher. The calls are so much colder and tougher, and you have to be the most amazing salesperson, which is difficult. And you're fighting tooth and nail for every sale, for every client in, which is tough. So that's why I love this model. That's why when I made the paradigm shift to, if you blend content with ads, it can work so well, it can work so powerfully. So I think you're a perfect example of that, which is a nice lead into the next question, which is the juicy one, the one that everyone's looking to know. Up until this point, what has been your best month to date in terms of revenue?
My best month. I'm trying to think when we started deal. In what month? It was probably around August, wasn't it? I think
Yeah, in and
potentially, give or
around.
take. My best month was actually last month in November, the month of November. We closed around 11 grand in sales. Yeah, which was absolutely insane considering the month before that was around, I think, 5K in sales. Like I say, that nurturing content just escalated in November because, like I say, a lot of those people were following me from 5, 6 weeks ago, and I managed to close them in the month of November. And yeah, we've done around 11K in sales. And the best thing about this business model, it's like 90% net profit. So out of that 11, I think I think 1K on ad spend, which was absolutely nuts. Like for the month, it was like a 10 ROAS last month. It was crazy.
That is so insane. 10x ROAS. That is
Yeah.
10x ROAS for November.
Yeah, and then I had a couple editor costs. I think I spent like £500 on an editor. So overall, I think we finished the month in overall sort of general revenue, sort of lifetime revenue was around 10K profit last month, which was insane considering in August I was doing about £500 in revenue every month.
That's
But
incredible. That makes me
it's
smile. Like, we
yeah,
started in August, and by November you were doing 11K, on like what, 95% margins. Like, that is insane. And that, like, I say this to people all the time. I say this to people I'm currently coaching. I say this to people that, are interested in coaching. I put it on YouTube videos, and I talk about how powerful this funnel is. And I talk about, like, it is very realistic to aim for a
Yeah,
4x, 5x ROAS literally from month one to month two. And here we have you in month three, month four on a
yeah.
10x ROAS. Because I thought you were going to say there, I wasn't actually sure what you spent on ads. I thought maybe you'd say like 3K or
No,
something like
no,
that,
about in one, yeah, 1K. Yeah,
1K. But that
yeah,
just
very
shows you
small.
because that probably wasn't like that was probably a lot of the momentum from previous months.
100%. Yeah,
And that
definitely.
was people that wanted to start up and start growing an online business probably just before Christmas because they know they're going to be winding down through Christmas, and it's so powerful. And you probably did really well with your Black Friday deal. I know I did. And then in the new year, you can maybe do a New Year discount, or
Yeah,
you can do an Easter discount, a summer discount, and you have this audience that you're building. It's an asset. It's a really really valuable asset. This audience that you have on Instagram because you can just tap into it, and it solves the initial problem which you had, which was well, I was going to say up and down, but it was non-existent lead gen, client
yeah,
acquisition.
pretty much.
And
Yeah,
now
100%.
you have two assets at your disposal. You can turn on ads anytime you want and you know it's going to work.
Yeah,
And you can launch a discount, you can launch a new offer. You can do weekly CTAs saying you have a couple of positions available in your coaching, cohort, and you're going to be able to dip into endless leads in your audience
yeah.
that are really warm. They know, like, and trust you, and it's going to be very smooth and very seamless, which is why I love this model.
100%. I mean, I completely agree, and it's great learning the whole process of it as well. I think I know I said I did around 11K in sales last month, but since I've been working with you, I worked out I've actually done around 26 K in sales across, I think, probably since August up until now. I mean, December we're having a fairly decent month as well, around 6K so far. Obviously with December it's a little bit harder closing people because you got Christmas, New Year's, expensive time of year for
Yeah.
a lot of people, but it's still been yeah very very very
Sounds
profitable.
like you're doing okay.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's going really well. And yeah, like I say, just the nurturing the content and actually providing value for people on a daily basis, whether it be like a talking head reel, a motivational reel, lifestyle, Twitter post, whatever it might be. Like if you're actually providing value to these people, then the ads will do their thing. You're going to nurture them, and eventually, yeah, you will close them. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to be like super clear, we're not saying this is like totally easy. Like this is just was a walk in the park. It did take a bit of work, but I mean, would it be fair to say it's not an insane amount of work? Like you make the content, you run the ads, like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not an
dude.
insane amount of work.
It's a lot easier than running an FBA business. I tell you,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
yeah,
So
it's because it's so lean. The whole business model is just very very lean. There's not many people involved. You got like you say myself, my editor, and the ads,
yeah,
and
literally. And
that's
that's
literally
I don't
it.
know. I think we discussed that because this time, maybe last year, about 18 months ago, I was scaling aggressively. I had VAs, I had setters, I had two sales reps, and I was going at it fast because I was really motivated. I was really driven to scale quickly. But that came with a ton of headaches, like a ton of headaches. And I was constantly reviewing sales calls. I was reviewing conversations with setters. If revenue dropped, I had to kind of work out what the bottleneck was, what the problem was. And I
Yeah,
couldn't kind of quality control it. And it was a lot of management and it was a lot of people and it was a lot of stress, it was a lot of hassle.
yeah,
And that's when I made the paradigm shift to go super lean.
yeah,
Like I take my sales calls. I have a setter that helps me out. I have a VA that does the admin, and I have a few designers and editors that help me with content. But it's very manageable. It's
hundred
very
percent.
manageable, and you
Yeah,
can do that up until like 50K a month, which is
yeah.
insane.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I mean, like I say, like I like personally like being in control of my business. I like to, send voice notes in the DMs. A lot more engaging for the viewer on the other side. If I'm working with a setter or a sales guy, obviously it's not going to be anywhere near as personal for the people on the other side of the hybrid funnel system. So yeah, for me, it's been great. It's been very lean, which means my profit margins are also very, very good, very high. Like I said, around sort of 80, 90%, which is absolutely insane. And yeah, the ROAS just seems to be increasing every single month. The more I nurture my audience, like I say, it's like a tap, which you can just turn on and off whenever you want it
Yeah.
because it's like a cultive following. These people are interested in Amazon. Therefore, if I provide content on Amazon, they're going to message me.
Yeah, 100%. And I know we mentioned earlier that money isn't everything, but tell me a little bit about the feeling when the last day in November hit and you seen, 11K come in into the
Yeah,
business. How did that feel?
yeah, pretty crazy, pretty crazy. Admittedly, for me, it went straight back into other businesses, back reinvesting. But yeah, insane, to be honest. And considering it wasn't, I'm not working 10 hours a day on this business by any means, probably, I don't even know, maybe an hour a day max, depending how many calls I take.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the time and effort which I put into it, the return on investment is crazy for sure.
Yeah. I think, you know, if we back when we first started working together, if I was to say to you, 3 months from now, a couple of hours per day, if even, we're gonna put a K, 1K into ads and we're gonna get 11K back, I think you would have been
Yeah.
pretty happy with that outcome.
Yeah, crazy. It was, yeah, insane. I mean, like out of the 11K which came from ads, it was probably like a good eight, and then the remaining sort of 3, 4K came from referrals, word of
Yeah.
mouth, and that's the best thing about it. As you start getting results, as people start trusting your system, people talk. People like to talk about what's going on in their lives. You start getting referrals. People around your town, whatever it might be. You start getting income from other areas than the ads as well, which is great. So you don't have to solely rely on the ads because you're building up a reputation. Your program is building up a reputation, and it just, yeah, everything. It's like a domino effect. Everything just
Yeah.
goes berserk.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I completely agree. And we'll finish on this question. Anybody out there who's maybe listened to me going on about the hybrid funnel for the last 6 months and talking about how good it is and how powerful it is, somebody who's been through the process, somebody who's built it out, implemented it, seen success with it, what would you say to someone maybe on the fence? They're maybe at a plateau or they're struggling to scale their online business, kind of like you were back in August. What would you say to them about possibly implementing the hybrid funnel and coming up and partnering up to do so?
Yeah, I would say if they're struggling to generate leads, if they're struggling to grow their online coaching consulting business, then book a call in with Deal 100% because what you're not changing, you're choosing. And it's that simple. If you're not getting results, something needs to change and you need to try a different avenue, try a different route. And this has been the best route for me by far. So like, yeah, like I say, what you don't change, you choose.
100%. And big things planned for 2025. We'll finish on this. What's the big goal for next year?
Big goal for next year, to be honest. Probably travel more, see more of the world. That's my personal goal. Business wise, hopefully scale a new brand to 100K a month, consulting to hopefully 40K a month. I'm going to say aggressively, and yeah, they're the main three goals. But for me, it's mainly about traveling, enjoying myself, and enjoying the money while it's coming in. And I think that's the whole point of it, so we can enjoy our lives.
Yeah, love it, man. Love it now. No, congratulations, Abe. You've seen some incredible results there. And I know you put the work in and I know you've really, really grafted to get those results. So amazing, man. Congratulations on your success and thanks very much for hopping on.
Appreciate it, Deal. Thanks for having me.
I hope you all really enjoyed that student interview. It was a ton of fun to film. If you're currently scaling your own agency and struggling to land your first 5 to 10 clients, I still have a few slots open in my one-to-one mentorship program for this month. Inside, I'm guaranteeing you your first 5 agency clients, and the results we've been getting have been absolutely insane. So if this sounds of interest to you, click on the link below this video and book in a call. I look forward to speaking to you.